Hey everybody, it's Teresa. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to make a bracelet today, and I'm going to use some of the beads that I have gotten from the Adornable Elements Beads of the Month clubs. Adornable Elements has 6 different clubs that you can choose from, and then they have the rotating Beads of the Month club, which is the one that I get. And in that club, they rotate you through all 6 clubs 1 month at a time. I'm going to be using some of the beads that I got in this latest shipment, which was the Hot and Trendy Beads of the Month club. And then I'm going to be using some 2-hole beads that I got in the previous 2-hole Beads of the Month club. I have a coupon code. It's Teresa10, and I'll put it on the screen here and in the description box below, along with a link to their homepage so you can check them out if you want to, and subscribe if it's something that you're interested in. The coupon will save you 10% off the first month of whichever club or clubs you decide to sign up for. So in here I've got some 3-hole Cali beads that I got in the latest shipment that I got from them, the Hot and Trendy Beads of the Month club. The color is Chalk Baby Blue Luster. And here I've got some 2-hole bar beads that I got from them in the 2-hole Beads of the Month club, a previous one. The color on it, these are metallic suede blue is the color. I've got some 3mm fire polish beads from my stash. I didn't have them labeled, so I don't know exactly the color, what the color is called, but I thought they matched these beads pretty well. I'm going to be using my Miyuki Galvanized Silver 11-0 and 15-0 seed beads. I've got a toggle clasp, a couple of wire guardians, and a couple of 4mm jump rings. I've got a size 12 beading needle, and I'm going to be using my 6-pound fire line and smoke. And then I'll be using my pliers to put my clasp on at the end, and my scissors and thread burner to cut and burn down my fire line. I think that's everything. I'll put links to everything I can find links for in the description box below, everything that didn't come in the subscriptions. So hold on, I'll get some of this out of the way and I'll be back. Okay, I've got some of my beads out here now. I've got my bar beads and my Cali beads, my fire polish beads, my 15-0s and my 11-0s. And I've got my needle threaded, and I've got a stop bead on. I'm leaving about a 12-inch tail, enough to put a needle on later and put this side of my wire guardian on. I already picked up all these beads because there's quite a few of them. So I've got one of my Cali beads, and I've gone through the middle hole. So it's got 3 holes, and I've gone through the middle hole there. And whenever you're working with multi-hole beads, it's a good idea to check beforehand to make sure that none of the holes are blocked, because sometimes they can be blocked, and you don't want to get way deep into your project and realize that one of your holes is blocked. So I've got a Cali bead going through the middle hole. I have an 11-0, fire polish bead, 15-0, bar bead, 15-0, bar bead, 15-0, bar bead, 15-0, fire polish bead, 11-0, Cali bead going through the middle hole, 11-0, and then the same thing on this side, fire polish bead, 15-0, 3 bar beads with 15-0s between them, a 15-0, a fire polish bead, and 11-0. So I'm going to go back around to all these beads again. I'm going to go back through the same hole of the Cali bead. So I've got all my seed beads are 15-0s except for the ones on either side of the Cali beads. The ones on either side of the Cali beads are 11-0s. So I'm going to go around all these beads again. And you need to, I only go through a couple at a time, maybe 3 if I'm feeling brave, because it's real easy to miss, to let your needle sneak out and not get through a bead, and then you realize it when you get all the way back around. You have to take it all the way back out. I know, because I've done that many times. So I just go through a couple at a time, and I'm going to keep sewing until I get back around there to where my stop bead was. making sure I get through all the beads. And I'm going to come back through this Cali bead through that center hole again. And I'm just coming through the Cali bead. I'm not coming through that seed bead on the other side of it. So now I'm going to go down into this bottom hole of the Cali bead. And another thing to watch for is make sure you don't get caught around any of your beads that are sticking out because you've not gone through the holes yet. Okay, now I'm going to pick up an 11-0. I'm going to go into the empty hole of this bar bead. Like that. Now I'm going to go through these other two bar beads without any beads on my needle, just with my needle and thread. Just going to bring them together. Going through the empty holes. Pull them together like that. Now I'm going to pick up an 11-0 and go into my bottom hole of my Cali bead. It doesn't really matter which hole you go through here because the Cali beads are the same on both sides. These are anyway, and it'll flip around, so it doesn't really matter at this point which one you go through. Now I'm going to pick up another 11-0 and go into the empty hole of this bar bead. And then I'm going to go through the empty hole of these other two bar beads without any beads on my needle. Beads on my thread, I guess. And now I'm going to pick up an 11-0 and go into the bottom hole of this Cali bead. I'm going to go on into that 11 on the other side of it too. So that's my first little unit. Now I'm going to sew around all these inside beads again to tighten them up. And I'm not going to make y'all watch me do that because it'll take me a minute. And then when I come back, I'll be coming out of this Cali bead here at this side so I can make my next unit. So I'll be back. Okay, I got all the way back around my inner part of my little unit here. And I'm coming out of my Cali bead, and just the Cali bead. I'm going to go back up here into this hole of the Cali bead and into that 11-0. Now I'm going to pick up this same sequence of beads that I had here, but I'm going to be sharing the 11-0 and the Cali bead and the 11-0. So I need a fire polish bead and a 15-0 bar bead, 15-0 bar bead, 15-0 bar bead, 15-0 and a fire polish bead. That's what I need for the top of my little unit. Now I'm going to pick up an 11-0, one of my Cali beads from the middle hole, and another 11-0, and then a fire polish bead, a 15-0, a bar bead, 15-0, bar bead, 15-0, bar bead, 15-0, and a fire polish bead. So that's everything I need for my next unit. So I'm coming out of that 11-0 at the top of my Cali bead, I'm going to go down into this one at the bottom of my Cali bead, through the Cali bead, and through the 11-0. And now I'm going to sew around all these beads again. I'm going to go into the fire polish bead in the 15-0, and I'm just going to go through a few at a time so that I don't miss any. Till I get back around here to the bead that I started in the connecting Cali bead. And I'm going to come just through the Cali bead. I'm not going to come through that bead on the other, that seed bead on the other side. At least I'm going to try not to. My needle wants to. Let me just get through. Now I'll try to get through it. Flip it around, see if I can do it better from this way. There we go. I'm just coming through the Cali bead. Okay, now I'm going to come down here into the second hole, the bottom hole of the Cali bead. Now I'm going to pick up an 11-0 and go into the empty hole of this next bar bead. And while I'm at it, I'm going to see if I can get through the holes of these other two bar beads. Since I'm not putting any beads on my needle, I'm just going through them with my thread. Get more knots on in my thread when I'm doing a video than when I'm not doing a video. And it doesn't look like I can get this out very easy, so hold on, I'll get this knot out and I'll be back. Okay, I got my knot out of my thread, and I went back and took the bead that I already had in here out, and so that I could start this over again. So that it wouldn't be too confusing. So I'm coming out of that middle hole of that Cali bead where I went around and reinforced all this. Now I'm going to go up here into this hole of my Cali bead. I'm going to pick up an 11-0, go into the empty hole of this bar bead, and I'm going to see if I can get through the other two holes, or the empty holes of the other two bar beads while I'm at it. Now pick up another 11-0, go into my Cali bead, the bottom hole of my Cali bead. Now I'm going to pick up another 11-0, go into the empty hole of this bar bead, and on into the other two. Now I'm going to pick up an 11-0 and go into the bottom hole of this Cali bead. Now I'm going to go around all the inside holes again. So I'm going to go into this 11-0, these three bar beads, 11-0, the Cali bead, and the 11-0. Back into these 3-bar beads. The 11-0, the Cali bead, and the 11-0. I think I'm going to have to go into just the Cali bead now. The 11-0, the 3-bar beads. And I'm going to go into the 11-0 and just the Cali bead. Now I'm going to go up here into this hole of the Cali bead and on into that 11-0 on the other side of it. And then I'm going to pick up the beads I need for my next unit. So I'm going to pick up a fire polish bead, a 15-0, a bar bead, 15-0, bar bead, 15-0, bar bead, 15-0, fire polish bead, now I'm going to pick up my 11-0, pick up the Cali bead from the center hole, another 11-0, and then a fire polish bead, 15-0, bar bead, 15-0, bar bead, 15-0, bar bead, 15-0, and a fire polish bead. That's all the beads I need for my next unit. So I'm coming out of this 11-0 up here above my Cali bead. I'm going to go into this one below my Cali bead, into the Cali bead, and into the 11-0. Now I'm going to sew around all this again, going through all the same holes. I'm not going to make y'all watch me do that again. And then when I come back, we'll make the inner part. So I'll be back. Okay, I got back around all my beads, and I'm coming out of just the Cali bead. Now I'm going to go up here into this empty hole of the Cali bead. And I'm going to pick up an 11-0. And I'm going to push my bar beads to the inside and try to sew through all 3 of them. I don't know if I said 11-0. I might have said 15-0. That's an 11-0. Now I'm pick up another 11-0. I'm going to go into the one of the empty holes of my Cali bead. Now pick up another 11-0. I'm going to go into this bar bead and into the other 2 bar beads. Now pick up another 11-0, and I'm going to go into the bottom hole of this Cali bead. Now I'm going to sew through all the inside again. I'll just go ahead and do it. I'm going to go through the 11-0 and the 3 bar beads and the 11-0, and the Cali bead. 11-0, the 3 bar beads, the 11-0 and the Cali bead. And now I'm going to sew up here until I'm coming out of this Cali bead. So I'm going to go into the 11-0, the 3 bar beads, and I'm going to go into the 11-0 and come out just the Cali bead. And then now I'm going to go up into back up into the middle hole of the Cali bead and come out that 11-0. And Now I'm just going to pick up my beads for my next unit, and I'm going to keep doing that until I get the length that I want. And then when I get the length that I want, I'll come back and we'll put on one side of the wire guardian. So I'll be back. Okay, I've got my length that I want now, and now I'm going to put on one side of my wire guardian. So I'm coming out of the middle hole of my Cali bead, like I would be if I was going to make my next unit. But since I'm not going to make another unit, I want to decorate up this end part of my Cali bead here. So I'm going to pick up two 15-0s and go up into this empty hole of the Cali bead. And then I'm going to pick up two more 15-0s. And then I'm going to go back into the middle hole of the Cali bead. I believe. There we go. And I just want to go into the Cali bead. I don't want to go into that 11-0 on the other side of it. Sometimes you just have to bend it and kind of wiggle your needle through. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to go up these two 15-0s. And pick up four 11-0s. One of my fire polish beads, and then one 11-0, and then my wire guardian. I'm going to go back around the wire guardian, back into the 11-0, the fire polish bead, and the 11-0 under the fire polish bead. Hold my finger over the wire guardian so the thread will land in the channel. Now pick up three more 11-0s. And I'm going to go down these two 15-0s on this side. Put my wire guardian on like that. Now I'm going to go back into my middle hole of my Cali bead. I'm going to back up these two 15-0s. Up the three 11-0s on this side. The 11-0, the fire polish bead, and the 11-0. Go back around my wire guardian. Back into the 11-0 and the fire polish bead, and the 11-0 under the fire polish bead. And back down the three 11-0s on this side. Back down these two 15-0s. Now I'm going to go around all that again, and then I'm going to go down through here and tie some half-inch knots, and then I'm going to take my stop bead off the other end and put the wire guardian on just like I did this side, and then I'll put my clasp on, and when I come back we'll see what I've got. So I'll be back. Okay, there's my bracelet all done, made with some of the beads that I have gotten from the Adornable Elements Beads of the Month clubs. Get it up here and put it together so you can see it better. It's really not hard to do, and it works up pretty quickly. The main thing is to make sure you get through all those tiny little beads and don't miss any. But that's what it looks like. Like I said, I'll leave a link in the description box below to the Adornable Elements website in case you want to check it out. And that coupon code will save you 10% off the first month of whatever club or clubs you decide to sign up for if you decide to subscribe to any of their clubs. I hope y'all have enjoyed this video. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate those of you who have subscribed to my channel and watched my videos and liked and commented on my videos. I have a website where I sell my jewelry. It's Teresa's Handmade Jewelry, and I'll put a link to it in the description box below in case you're interested, along with a link to my Facebook, Instagram, and my email. If you haven't, I'd really love it if you'd subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified when I upload a new video. So until next time, I hope y'all have a great day. Take care.